Hello there, my brainwashed. This is Joshua the Heretic coming at you today. Wow, I almost got hit by that. Wow, that was a little bit crazy. That clothesline, I nearly got clotheslined by. Anyway, so I did this video yesterday, or not yesterday, a while back, a couple days ago. It was a week, maybe. I don't know. It's wise. Anyway, I did a video, and I basically told women to stop witnessing, and it has garnered some interesting results, but I wanted to bring it out and say, like, listen, women, there are other options available to you other than just witnessing, and I wanted to make sure that women knew this so they didn't think that they were like without option on how to talk to men. And I touched on this in the last video, but I'm going to go into more detail about it. It does say that a woman pray or prophesy, she must cover her hair when she prays. Okay, which means that according to Scripture, the Bible assumes that a woman is going to be praying and she's going to be prophesying. That's just an assumption. It's already guaranteed. They're also assuming you're covering your head when you do it, but that's a whole other teaching. So according to this, it says that women can pray or prophesy when they cover their head. So what exactly is the difference between prayer and prophecy and witnessing? Well, I'm going to break it down for you. Prayer and prophecy. Prophecy is basically me speaking for God. And then prayer is me speaking to God. So me speaking for God is prophecy, and prayer is me speaking to God, okay, directly. So in a public area, in a public environment, women are allowed to speak to God publicly, and they are also allowed to speak for God publicly. So that is allowed. Now, what does that entail? Now, when women are speaking to men, they have to submit to them. They can't, and they have to speak in questions. They have to ask questions, and they say, and they can ask. And my wife was like, "Well, can a woman ask leading questions?" Like, totally ask leading questions. You know, lead away. Jesus Christ, when he was young and he spoke, and he's really good at master at leading questions. Just, you know, lead as far as you want to, but always ask questions, because that when you ask questions, that shows a submissive heart. If they get tripped up in their own logic, that's their own problem. My point is that you can still ask questions. Now, when it comes to prophesying or prayer, there is actually speaking for God. You can actually do this in another way, and that is that you can read Scripture. And if you can quote Scripture too, which is a great way to prophesy. So, like, if somebody tries to tell you that you're off Scripture, rather than trying to convince them that you're not off Scripture, women, you should just quote the Scripture, because that's basically prophesying. You're speaking for God. God wrote it down. You're saying what God said. You don't have to argue with them. You don't have to do nothing. You just say, "This is what the Word said. Do what you will. I'm doing what I will." You don't have to say anything else. Just quote the Scripture. That can technically be prophecy. Also, if you are really connected to God, you can speak for God in the moment and like have God just speak through your mouth, and that's also prophecy. But for general purposes, reading Scripture is also prophecy. Also, when it comes down to it, you can not only just, but you can pray. Speak to God for the things you want. Now, you have to make sure that these prayers fit with Scripture. They don't contradict Scripture. But yeah, those are the ways that women they can interact with men. They can ask questions, they can pray, they can prophecy, and they can read Scripture, because basically reading Scripture is prayer, or reading Scripture is prophecy. So that's it. I mean, questions. Asking questions is good. Prayer is good. Prophecy is good, and reading Scripture is good. So use all those are your tools, women. Use them effectively, and hopefully you can win people's hearts. And by the way, women are still on the table. You can teach women to the nth degree, and children, as long as they're your own, because you don't know. Anyway, I digress. But anyway, I'm the Heretic. I love you, and peace, love, and grooviness forever, and I will talk at you later. What's up? Go. Do 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 do.
Stop. Read it. No.
What's wrong?
Can't read it. It's not small.
That's cute, though.
I can't read it.
Yes, you can. It looks pretty.
I don't want to read it. No.
All right, I'll take it off. It's pretty, though.
Please stop it up. Please, please, please. Please stop painting your pants can. Don't. Please cover up. Please.
Okay,
Please.
okay. We'll take it off, okay? Okay?
Please.
Okay.